welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button right here, right now, below this video. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live, like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content as we go along. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. It's 47 real asexual stories, including my own. And if you're interested in getting yourself a copy of that, you can click down on one of the links below this video. So today I'm doing a very special film review of a film called Wonder Park. Now, if you're going to see this film and you haven't already seen it yet, do not watch this review because it's got huge spoilers in. I'm going to be telling you the storyline. So Wonder Park, you see, here's my ticket of proof that I went today, a kids club. Wonder Park is Certificate PG, parental guidance. And I went to see a kids club. Now in the UK, if you go to a View Cinema, you can get go to see a kids movie as an adult and pay the same price. So I only paid £2.49 to see this film, which was on the big screen, and some people might have paid like 10 or 13 quid to see. So £2.49 I think is good, and I was really looking forward to seeing the movie because it's centered around a theme park, or so the trailers showed, this theme park, and I thought it's going to be incredible. There's going to be lots and lots of action in it. There's going to be tons of things going on to do the rides. I'm going to really be having, like, I expected it to be kind of like a virtual reality experience where I'd be going along the roller coasters with the characters. So I was expecting there was going to be tons of action in this movie from the trailers, that I was going to be engrossed in the theme park itself, that I was going to feel like I was there, I was going to feel like I was flying through the air, riding on all these rides, and I thought that's what the majority of the film was going to be like. So I was super excited. I'm like, I love theme parks. I love this type of atmosphere. I'm really going to get engrossed in it. Can't wait to see it. It's a film that I've wanted to see for weeks, right? But I didn't want to pay full price for it, right? Because when you know, it's good in your life if you can save money. But if you know the film's going to come on Kids Club, why pay more money for it when you can just wait, right? And get it cheaper like 6 or 8 weeks later. Yes, it means, like, you know, you've got to wait around a bit, but, you know, why pay more, right? You know, you need to budget and save money in this life to, you know, get more money. So basically, yeah, I had these huge hopes for this Wonder Park. And it isn't an animation, right? It's all animated. And I was really looking forward to it because I thought of all these action, but the film was very, 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 very different to how I expected it to be. So a lot of, at least like quite a major part of the beginning of the film wasn't actually to do with it was to do with the park, but not specifically centered so much around the park. It was centered around this girl. So I'm going to tell you a story. So if you don't want to hear it, you'll have to, like, literally click off this video now. But if you've never watched Wonder Park before and you want to listen to a review, I got quite a lot to share with you because it had a very, very adult theme. When I say adult, I'm not meaning naughty, sex or anything like that. I mean, it's a very, very adult, deep storyline, this Wonder Park. And I was shocked. I did not expect that sort of storyline for a kid's movie. I was really expecting, like, loads of fun action theme park stuff, but especially quite a large proportion of the beginning of the film, you know, like, I was welling up with tears. I was crying in part of it. This is how much of a, you know, serious storyline it had. So I'm going to tell you now, right? So do you know, if you're happy for me to review this film, then listen up, right? So this story is centered around this girl, right, and her mum, and everything's going really well. The girl is building this wonderland from her imagination with her mother. And they're very, you know, they've got a very loving relationship. The father's there. They've all got a very, very sort of like your ideal type of parent relationship where they're always trying to engage the kid in activities, use their imagination, telling the kid they can do anything they want to do in life, right? So that's the type of parents you really wish, like, everyone wishes they really had. Well, I, you know, think it's important to have people like that, you know, people that are supporting you, encouraging your imagination, and literally telling you from a young age you can do anything you want to in life. It's some advice I really wished I got when I was young, right? So if you're watching this channel now, however old you are, I'm telling you now, you can do anything you want to in life. I totally believe that right now, in this moment, right? Doesn't matter that I'm older, in birth certificate age now, I truly, truly, truly believe that, right? So you can do anything you put your mind to, anything, right? And I do believe dreams can come true. And so she creates this imaginary world with her mum. However, when you see her creating this imaginary world, you also see some of the actual Wonder Park itself, with the characters in the majority of which are animals, right? They kind of rule the park. And so you kind of like get the feeling that Wonder Park is real, but it's very much sort of controlled, as it were, by this girl and her mum. It comes from her imagination, but you've always got this sense of, does it come from her imagination, or is there more to it than that? And then it seems to be there anyway, but how is that happening? And you find out there's this special like gold pen, and she the girl says to I think it's a chimpanzee that's in it, or ape. Is it an ape? Anyway, I think it's the ape. Monkey family. She says to this character, who's the main character, one of the main characters, so I should know. She basically has to whisper stuff, and he creates it in the other world, the Wonderland world, right? So everything's good. It's going on really well. And then all of a sudden, the mother falls ill. And this is what I wasn't expecting for a kid's movie. The mother falls ill with some really, really serious illness, and she has to go away because they can't fix her. They can't make her well. So she has to go and stay away for a period of time. And you obviously know that it's a life-threatening condition. It could be cancer or tumor or something like that, because you just know that without them saying it, right? And she has to go away. So it's just her left and her dad. And she can't stand the sight of this Wonder Park. Now, I haven't told you all of it, right? There's bits in it which are incredible, because she's building the Wonderland Park. There's like this secondary storyline going on where before her mum got ill, they're actually building parts of the Wonder Park in the actual reality of the world she's living in now, not just her imagination. They're doing kind of like bits of it in the garden and stuff, and things happen, quite funny things, right? And so she's trying to bring it to life in real life, not just her imagination. And so anyway, the mother gets ill, and this is the bit that I wasn't expecting for a kid's movie. I mean, how's a kid supposed to handle and even know what they're talking about when it's like, mummy's got to go away because she's seriously ill and doctors can't fix her and she needs to go and get special medicine? Like, how's a kid supposed to understand that deep storyline that the mother could be going to die? Do you know what I mean? It's a very, very dark storyline, I thought, for a kids PG movie that's supposed to be a theme park, and really like, I was expecting to go and see loads of action in the beginning, like loads and loads of theme park stuff, but that's not how it was. There was a little bit in the beginning, and then it's this really bleak storyline, and I was like in tears. Like, I'm like, because you don't know something, but a few days ago it was the anniversary, well, on the 13th of June, and it's only what is it today? It's 16th of June, isn't it? It's not even 16th yet, it's 15th of June. I'm getting all my days mixed up because I don't sleep usually from one night to the other. Anyway, so only a couple of days ago, it's my grandma's anniversary. It's an anniversary of my grandma's death for 5 years, so obviously I'm feeling a bit tearful from that. And then when I'm seeing this, I'm like, this is too much for me. Like, do you know what I mean? My grandma was one of my bestest friends ever, by the way. I got on so well. I love her, I miss her. And so it was the same day the publishing company contacted me, actually, which was a bit spooky, but in a good way, because my grandma would be so proud if I get the contract, or if I get a deal with them. It would be amazing. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, I was sad. I was crying because I thought, how can they put this storyline? It was really sad. So what she did, she just got rid of all the Wonder Park stuff that was all around the home. She spread it all around the home, like done this model stuff all around the home. And because her mother was so sick and gone away and she didn't know what was going to happen, she literally packed everything up and just shoved it in boxes and put it away. And her mum was saying to her, like in her subconscious, oh, you can, you are the wonder in Wonderland, and you can do this, and you can keep, the Wonderland going. And she's like, I can't do it. So she packed it away, didn't want to know. And she became very overprotective of her father. because she was worried that he might die or go away, you know. And so it's a very, very hard-hitting storyline. I mean, this is a PG we're talking about. It's an animation movie. Kids that were in there, like some of them are like only 5 or something that are watching this. I'm like, how are they supposed to understand this storyline? And for a kid who's like, you know, really young, I think they're going to be wanting to do other things. Do you know what I mean? They're going to want to see more action of the actual theme park and more flying through the air and fun stuff. I thought this is really, really quite bleak and serious. And so anyway, what happens is she gets sent away on this maths class. I'm telling you quite a lot of the story. So again, if you're going to watch this, don't listen to the rest of me, because you'll just be like, she's giving away the whole story. Because I pretty much want to tell you the story, because it's so interesting what happens. And it's a very adult, you know, like serious storyline, but it's got a very, very strong, powerful message, very strong message. And this is why I do want to talk you through it. And so, you know, if you're not bothered about hearing this review and you want to hear the powerful message, then please do continue to watch. So what happens is, on this trip, she's sent off to this maths excursion, like, and I have to say, she's got this guy who's her best friend, who's actually foreign, Jewish, coloured. I'm like, he's so damn cute and good looking. That's the type of boyfriend I want, but obviously a bit more older. But she wants to kiss her, but she doesn't really pay attention to that. So there is no sex in this movie, by the way. There's no kissing. She doesn't want to kiss him. He says something in one part, like, oh, does that mean I'll get a kiss from you? She's like, no. So there's no kissing involved, but he's got romantic attraction for her. So he's like her best friend, but he likes her more than a friend, clearly. But he's very beautiful looking for a car, you know, for an animated character, because it's like, you know, I get attracted to younger foreign guys. I mean, not that young, obviously, but I mean, you know what I mean? It's like very aesthetically beautiful. I'm like, oh, even she can get a foreign boyfriend with, well, he's not actually a boyfriend, but he wants to be, you know, in the story. If she can get someone like that who's a cartoon character, beautiful coloured skin. Like, where's my foreign young guy with beautiful coloured skin, you know? Oh, one day. So yeah, so anyway, that was quite interesting. So anyway, she gets off the bus for the excursion, and she's worried about her dad. And what happens is she finds this, she basically burnt her map, like a plan of the Wonder Park that she created in her imagination. She burnt it, but there's a piece that went up the chimney, and as she gets off this bus, all of a sudden it turns up, and it's like really, like, obviously magical, and it leads her to like this forest, and there she finds an old wreck of a roller coaster, and she goes in, and then she finds Wonder Park that she's imagined, but it's in real life in the movie. And it's like, oh my god, it comes to life and you see it. But the very, very strong storyline is when she gets there, it's the animals that were looking after it, they're running from for their lives. It's quite fun, there's these little cuddly toys that are meant to be quite cute and innocent. They've turned into zombies. And they're literally trying to chase the good characters away out of the park. So they've wrecked Wonderland. It's all run down. It's all bleak. There's hardly anything left of it in terms of working stuff. And, you know, it's really miserable. The main characters, they don't know what to do to save it. They've been trying for ages. And you eventually work out for yourself that what's going on in Wonderland and the bleakness and everything of it is to do with what's happening in her emotions and mind, and the fact that she got depressed when her mum went away and was sick, and the fact that, you know, she lost faith and hope, basically, and she just, the darkness set in, and that's how come the Wonderland is in such disarray, because these characters that were cute cuddly toys that people bought when they visited the Wonder Park, it's called, not Wonderland, Wonder Park. So the people that bought these cuddly toys, you know, they're supposed to be good, they turned evil, zombie like, and they're taking over the whole park. And so, you know, but what it is the reason the park has gone dark and they've gone dark is because this is a reflection of what's going on in her imagination, because she shut the park down in effect when she put it all away. And so there is not, you know, they're fighting to live because they've been closed away. And when she closed them away in the box, this is why all the sadness and blackness and despair is happening. And so this is why all the zombies are after them, and there's this literally this black cloud, and it just shadows everything. And all the roller coasters and stuff where they were beautifully lit up before, they're just all like wrecked. A lot of them don't work anymore. That a lot of the sky's black. A lot of the roller coasters and that, they just like not even working. The Ferris wheel is not even in position. It's all like broken up. And this is a reflection of what's going on in her emotions and her being. And the whole point of the movie is to show you not to let your fears, insecurities, and the darkness that comes into your life take over your imagination and take over your mind, because this is what happens when it does. It means that your whole world, your imagination just shuts down. It means that, you know, your light is trying to fight to get out, but it can't, because you've let the darkness take over you. You've let your fears and insecurities take over you. At the beginning of the film, she's very much a carefree child with her mother. They're playing together. She doesn't have a care in the world. She does adventures. She makes some of the park in her garden, which kind of goes wrong, but she really doesn't care. She's carefree, not fearless is the word. She's fearless, and she goes from when her mum gets diagnosed with the condition, goes away, to becoming a person who's depressed, doesn't want to go out, doesn't care about Wonder Park anymore, doesn't care about anything, fears all the time, has insecurities all the time, and really, really it's changed, you know. And she's so serious about everything in life. And you know, the story is very, very adult, because it teaches us as adults. It just shows you, you know, what would be inside your mind, what's happening to your body, your emotions, your spirit. And it dies when you let the insecurities and fears take over you. It shows the utter chaos. The chaos in the part was the chaos in her mind and in her body. It was the plague that she let get to her, of the insecurities and the fears building up, you know. So the darkness came and she was letting it win, and it was suffocating her, like it's suffocating the animals till they will be no more if she didn't do something about it. So of course she has to change, and that's the point in the film. She has to realize that she is the one that caused the problem, because she let the fears and insecurities and helplessness and hopelessness take over her being. And only she can change her life around, and can change her imagination again, and can bring the child and the fearless warrior back into herself and back into the life of Wonderland, Wonder Park, I keep calling it Wonderland, and back into her life in general. Only she can do that. And so, like I said, this film was just extraordinary. I mean, it wasn't what I expected. I expected it to be much more lighthearted, much more fun, and I was a little bit disappointed there wasn't more stuff to do with riding, to be honest. I just thought the characters were going to be riding loads, and I was going to have all this like sort of 3D experience without the glasses, you know, and it's going to be amazing. And that did disappoint me a little bit, because, you know, I was expecting to have a lot more fun, and I can imagine a lot of kids that watched it was expecting to have a lot more fun. But the actual moral of the story, the actual power of the story was incredible. And I think it's hugely geared towards an adult audience in the seriousness of the subject matter, you know? I mean, how's a little kid supposed to really understand all what's going on? They're not really. I mean, at the ending, they can understand, you know, that everything you have is within inside of you. And at the end, it does say about the fact that, you know, there's still a cloud there, and they're like, well, yeah, there will always be some darkness, but then you can basically use that to see the light. And it's true in life, you know, you can never have complete light in your life. You'll always have some darkness, something there that's like sticking in you, something there that's like not quite right, that's going wrong, that's not happening for you. But you just have to think, for all the darkness comes the light. and just keep focusing on the light and focusing on the light and focusing on the light with utter sheer determination and strength to not let the darkness get the better of you, you know? We've all got fears, we've all got insecurities, you know, and it's hard sometimes. I related to the film, you know, because sometimes, you know, with fears and worries, especially when you have anxiety, they do kind of take over you like impulsively, and you feel like you're not in control of it, but you've got to remember that you are in control, and that at the end of the day only you can control it because it's in your body and it's in your mind, you know. There is no one else responsible for it but you. So you have to be able to get on top of it. You have to be able to control the situation and be a brave warrior. You really do. And so I did really like the film from that point of view, you know. I thought, wow, this is incredible. In that point of view, I was disappointed there wasn't more scenes where they were actually, excuse me, having fun on the roller coasters and the rides. I was disappointed at that because I thought it was going to be a lot more lighthearted, and I was very upset in part. I'm like, this is really sad. It was a happy ending though, very, very happy ending. So yeah, in case you were wondering what happened to the mum, it was all good in the end. But yeah, so I have told you a lot of the I pretty much told you the film. But you know, I would recommend watching it, you know, because the storyline's so powerful. The storyline is so powerful, and it really makes you think. But I don't think it's very suitable for kids, really, if I'm honest. I just think, you know, it's too deep for them. It's too much, you know. It's just too much. I think it's the storyline's too deep for them, I think. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, obviously, kids are very intelligent, so maybe some of the older ones will get it, but some of the younger ones, I'll be like, you know, I was laughing, and some bits are really funny. So there are some light heart bits, and I was laughing a lot, but as usual, I'm laughing loads, and the kids aren't. But there's no sex in the movie. Like I said, the main character's got like a best friend who's a young foreign guy, lucky her, and he wants to kiss her, but she don't want it. He doesn't try to do that, he just says about it, really. And yeah, so there is no attraction back. I think there is. I think she's more platonic attracted to him, and he's more romantically attracted to her, actually, if you look at the dynamic, if you watch the film, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but overall I was shocked, but I was pleasantly surprised in the way, you know, that the film did go very deep, and it does make me really think about my own life and think about, you know, the times that I've let fears and insecurities come over me like a cloud and shadow, and it just shows you what it's like internally going on in your brain, you know. It really does. And so I think it's a very fascinating story. I think if you do suffer with depression or anxiety, it's a very good way of realizing what it's like going on in your mind and your soul. I think it's very good from that point of view. So it's quite deep. Yeah. So I would recommend seeing it. It's a no sex film. You know, I love films that have got no sex in them whatsoever. I can't stand sex in movies. Don't like nudity either. Obviously got none of them in. It was an animation, but you know, you can get some animations, naughty animations, can't you? But this is a really good animation. Really, really nice. And oh, they did a trailer for the Queen's Corgi. The Queen's Corgi is a film. They've made a movie, animated movie out of the Her Majesty the Queen in the UK, out of her corgi, her dog, and she's animated character in it. So Mr. Donald Trump, who we don't want to talk about, when he comes to visit her in the movie. But yeah, it's centered around the Queen's corgi and the adventures the dog gets up to. So that's quite funny, I thought. One to watch as well, I think, maybe. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this movie review. You know I've pretty much told you the whole story of Wonder Park, which I keep referring to as Wonderland, so I do apologise. But I actually think Wonderland's a better title, don't you, than Wonder Park, really? I think Wonderland would be better. I have to say that I wouldn't mind actually a Wonder Park coming to life. I prefer it to be called Wonderland, really. But yeah, I do think the film overall, very deep storyline, very moving storyline, very good for explaining things of how your mind works and what's going on inside you in a very graphical, animated way. I thought that was incredible. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it if you've enjoyed the review. I know I've pretty much given away the whole of the film, which I did warn you about before. before coming on this channel, but it's a really deep storyline. I thought it was really important I shared it with you, because if you do suffer with depression, anxiety, I think it's a very, very good film from that point of view, describing how you must, you know, like, not let fears get the better of you and insecurities. And it shows you in a very, very good animated way what happens when you let the fears and insecurities take over you, and how important it is to not let them do that, you know, and to keep shining your light bright, you know, keep shining your light. It's really important. I love the message of that film, you know, very, very, very good. You know, don't let your fears and insecurities get the better of you. You know, be a warrior, be brave, be fearless, and keep being you, and keep being the wonder in Wonder Park, or the wonder in your own life and other people's. It's a really important message, really important message. So whenever I think of Wonder Park now, I'm going to think about you are the wonder in Wonder Park, which is, you know, translated into you are the wonder of your own life. And it's true. I really believe that you are the wonder in your own life and world. You are the brightest shining star on this planet. You are the most amazing being here for you. You have to realize that. You have to truly love yourself. You have to think, I am the wonder in my own Wonder Park. I am the wonder in my own Wonderland. I am the wonder in my own quirky world. I am the wonder in my own life. I am the most wonderful person for me on this planet, you know, because that's what you've got to be. You have to be the most wonderful person for yourself, right? It doesn't matter, like, about anyone else in terms of, you know, self-love. It's got to be you first. You've got to love yourself more than anything or anyone on this planet before you start loving other people, because if you don't love yourself, you won't be that happy with yourself. You won't be happy with your life, and there'll be a discontent there, and you've got to live with yourself 24/7, 365 days a year. So you've got to make sure that you're the best person for you, and you've got to believe it when I say you are beautiful and wonderful just as you are. Seriously, you have to believe that. You have to believe that. You know, you have to wake up every day thinking, yeah, this great day's amazing, it's wonderful, I'm alive, I'm taking a breath of air, which some people can't get to do. You know, some people can't get to do. They're gone from this world. They'll never be back in that body form. They might come back in another form, you know, but so long as I'm sat here breathing, I think that's a miracle. I think it's a miracle that you're here with me too. So I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And don't forget how wonderful you are, won't you? Anyway, I love you. Take care. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below right here, right now. And please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. I'm actually away for a couple of days now. I'm going to my parents for a couple of days, so I won't be able to live stream because I can't live stream from a mobile device anymore, thanks to YouTube at the moment, because I haven't got 1,000 subscribers yet. Even though I've got way over the views that they need. So if you don't see me for the next 2 days, which you're not really going to, well, you won't tomorrow night anyway, the night after, it depends what time I get back, as to when I can, you know, like, as to when I can do it. If I get back in time on Monday night, I might be able to do that, but tomorrow night I won't be able to, because I won't have my desktop. This is a desktop. It's not I don't have a Mac like book or anything like that. This is a Mac desktop, but it has to sit here. It's too heavy to carry everywhere. It's huge. And so, you know, I won't be able to live stream because YouTube stopped me doing it on my mobile and my iPad, which is a shame. But yeah, I want to wish you a very beautiful weekend. Love you lots. And don't forget, you are wonderful. So until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. I will see you very, very soon. Don't forget, give this video a thumbs up if you like it and share it with anyone who may be interested in the movie. Thank you. Bye. Thanks for watching.